list. Like, I need more of just the top 100 players as voted by players.
And Luke Kuechly is great, but was he really the best linebacker in football last year?
I mean, that's kind of hard to quantify, but I get what you're saying.
He's not 12.
And honestly, bro, I
think Bobby Wagner's low-key better than Luke Kuechly in some aspects. He just
speaking
doesn't
of
get the
that,
credit for it. Raiders passed on him, too.
I think Doug Baldwin should be higher than 99. I think Doug Baldwin is actually
deserves that respect.
One of the most underrated receivers in the NFL.
Would you take Doug Baldwin over Adam Thielen? I definitely would.
I 100% would.
Adam Thielen ran a 4.46.
Not even second guess it.
That's the only separation, is that Adam Thielen ran a 4.46.
All right, last notes on the top 100 before we
Chandler Jones should be higher.
Really? I thought he was ranked pretty good.
He's ranked 28. How is he? Like, he's not. He should be ranked higher than Fitzgerald. He's in his prime athletically. Shady McCoy arguably could be a Hall of Famer one day if you really want to think about it. And AJ Green shouldn't be ahead of Patrick Peterson because no one wants to throw at Patrick Peterson. That's what everyone likes to forget. No one throws at him. That's why he doesn't get picks anymore. I remember he had that 100-yard pick six in the playoffs and they called it back. And Deion Sanders was like, "No, you got to talk to the guy who got a flag on that play. They got to fight because you don't dismiss effort like that. This cat is the best corner in football. You put the best receiver on him, it's either going to be a pick or an incomplete pass. It's rarely a catch."
All right, man. So
shout out to Cameron Jordan being on this list.
Take or tangent.
Kelsey's better than Rob Gronkowski too, by the way. That's the only thing I concede.
I don't know about that, but
as far as recently,
man. All right, take or tangent time. For those of you who don't know, it's a game we play every single week on this podcast/broadcast. Basically, you can give a take on it, how you see it, an opinion, or you can drop a tangent, drop a story, maybe a angle people aren't considering, what you think about it, and how it relates to society, whatever you're feeling. So, KB, this is a big one. Janoris Jenkins' older brother was charged with manslaughter after a man was found at Janoris' house dead.
A producer.
Earlier this week. And basically, he was a family friend.
A music producer, I guess, and they got no fight.
So, yeah, you got to take your tangent on it? I'm going to steal your tweet.
All I can...
Can't wait for the 30-for-30 on the 2007 Florida Gators.
2007-2008 recruiting class. I can't wait for that 30-for-30.
They have so many damn bodies.
So many bodies. So
Shout
many bodies.
Shout out to Aaron Hernandez.
Shout out to Ahmad Black.
Shout out to... Honestly, though,
Percy Harvin.
They had so many NFL players on that
Brandon
team.
Spikes.
Stupid. It doesn't even make sense.
That's why Tim Tebow's trash and the most overrated football player of all time. Because he had a team full of NFL players. Bro, you could have put me on that team, and we're winning. We winning the chip. Literally, they could have literally played with no fucking quarterback, and they would have still won a national title. I guarantee you.
Yeah, man, but Chris Leak couldn't even get a tryout.
Chris Leak, yeah, but I mean, hey, Chris Leak actually was doing fine as a quarterback for that team. But let's give Tebow the ball because he's strong and he runs a 4.79. Okay, he's a fullback. But hey, man, that's what happens when you're white and you're super religious and like conservative, and people love you. Because if Tim Tebow was black, he would have never been a first-round pick. On my mama, I swear, it wouldn't have happened. He could have been Samoan. He wouldn't have. They would have made him a tight end. He could have been Mexican. They would have made him a place kicker. Like some foul shit would have happened. So the only reason why Tim Tebow got to where he got is because he's a white male with all that skill set. Like, I will say this, you can put it on my tombstone. Fuck Tim Tebow. Sorry, I usually don't like to use the F word as much. But yeah, that's my tangent. This is all Tim Tebow's fault. He didn't pray hard enough.
Yeah, man. Pretty much my take on it is...
And Janoris Jenkins is innocent. Leave that man alone.
Yeah. I hope so. I don't know, man.
He wasn't even there, bro. He was literally not there the entire time.
I don't know, man. It's still
he
early.
Wasn't there the entire time. His brother was there.
Okay.
His brother did it.
Again, everyone's innocent until proven guilty, so I'm just gonna let the whole process
play out. If Eli said he didn't do it, he didn't do it.
You never know, man. Fall Guys are real. And
You're assuming
we know as much as,
he murdered someone. You're assuming he's Ray Caruth. What reason would he
I
have
never
to
said that.
I mean,
I never said
you're
that.
giving that vibe off.
No, I'm
you're
saying
giving that vibe off.
I'm just saying, man. Hits are real. Fall Guys are real. So I don't know.
Nah,
I don't know. I don't know enough about the story because it's weird. It's weird for someone to turn up dead at someone else's house, regardless if
when
you're
you're
there
not
or not.
even there.
Regardless, that's a weird situation. Whatever the fight was about, the fact that it resulted in a murder, like
a death. He's getting charged with manslaughter, not murder.
Okay, so it was an accident.
Allegedly.
That's what I'm saying, bro. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't
Janoris Jenkins was not there, and he can prove he wasn't there.
I get
at
it.
all.
That's cool.
That seems like a beef with
That's
his older
cool,
brother.
but when you're a millionaire, you can be in multiple places at one time because
no, not really.
you got money.
Not like if the starting quarterback of the team, the head coach, all say, yeah, he was here the whole time, and there's camera.
I'm not saying he did it. I'm
Sometimes
just saying
family does dumb shit.
I'm not
gets
saying
you in trouble.
I'm not saying he did it. I'm not saying he did at all.
It.
I'm just saying I don't know that he wasn't not involved at all because, man, people are getting killed at streetlights, bro. Like shit's crazy.
People get
I don't
killed
know. I don't know what's
buying bikes.
Bro. Shout out to Maryland today, but a newspaper got shot up, and they're saying it was an organized hit. Like, bro, I don't know what's going on in the world. For all I know, I'm not saying this happened, but for all I know,
negative energy into the universe, Pete.
I'm not gonna say it then. But yeah, man, we don't know.
If you can't prove it, don't say it.
We don't know.
Yeah, all I'm saying is, sounds like his older brother. Like this, his brother looked like he was on an episode of 48 Hours, the first 48. I'm just saying.
All right, man. Next storyline. Jerry Richardson, former owner of the Carolina Panthers, recently sold his team for over $2 billion.
Billion with the B. As Mark said, if I say billion in your direction, that should count as a gunshot.
And basically, it was found that he was the reason for the Carolina Panthers culture of misogyny and
racism, Jim Crow style racism and weirdness,
and sexual harassment,
and saying yes sir, no sir.
And it ultimately cost him his team, but
he got $2 billion out of it. So yeah,
and the NFL is only finding him $3 million. So do you have a take or a tangent on that?
It pays to be rich and white.
I think the biggest thing, man, my whole take on it is
2.7. I think Mike Freeman said Jerry Richardson pays $2.75 million to clean his pool.
That's probably true. Yeah, man.
Well, he probably lost $2.75 million golfing.
My whole
17th hole.
My whole take on it though is like, why is this coming out after the fact that he sold his team? Like, again, it just doesn't really add up to me that.
What is $2.7 million to a billionaire?
Plus,
that's not even liquid, bro. Like, you can give that $2.7 million to Dame Dash.
Plus, the other part of it that's weird to me is you can't tell me he's the only one doing this. Like,
we've seen Jerry Jones.
We don't see you don't.
Still don't.
Yes, a culture starts at the top, but it's enforced by various people at levels throughout the organization. So,
henchmen, like Thanos' children.
I guess it was cool for Richardson to ride off into the sunset and be the fall guy because he's a billionaire and he's reaping all the benefits. I get that part, but like, let's not act like there's probably not other snakes in the grass.
There were people. Everyone was sad to see him go. Luke Kuechly, Cam Newton, a bunch of cats were sad to see him go, and I'm just like, I don't know, man.
Exactly.
Maybe it's better y'all.
Exactly.
Maybe it's better
you don't know.
Y'all didn't win that Super Bowl. You're on Black History Month.
But you're on
Beyonce performed.
You're on the outside. So, I mean, they probably have a personal relationship, and he's paid them all.
They're the beneficiaries.
He drafted them and took a chance on them. So, regardless of what his political,
was the number one overall pick.
Regardless of what his political or societal views are, or how he conducts himself, he's still a person of power who took a chance on them and basically changed their lives, regardless of. I'm not making him out to be a savior, but he's definitely not an enemy.
I mean, get it. Slaves love slave masters. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't think that's really fair, but
it's not. But like that's how some people
made millions of dollars off of him, and
he's made billions of dollars off them,
and they're playing the game that they love. I mean, yeah,
okay,
he has, but
there's two different sides to
this
issue. Do you see it though? But do you see the two sides?
I get it, but like at the same time, like
that's all I'm saying.
Like for you,
I'm not
to be
saying,
an outsider. Like you can't shit on their relationship for
not,
how they feel about
I'm
that
not,
man.
But I'm saying
because you're not them. Like
the narrative,
and
on
besides
two
that
sides,
fact. It's like I get it. You're not feeling bad because he's a billionaire. Cool. Well, I heard you the first 5 times. I've heard you every week. But at the same time, like this is a person who brought football to Carolina. Like he's the only owner in history. Like
Wesley Walls, Jake Delhomme, Steve Smith.
He
Sr.
created an organization that's gone to 2 Super Bowls from nothing. There are teams that still like. Shout out to the Chiefs.
Shout out to the Chiefs. Shout out to Miguel.
That haven't been to a Super Bowl since Y2K, and the Carolina Panthers,
Houston Texans,
have been to 2, and
lost both in depressing fashion.
And they've only been around since '96. Versus the Chiefs have been around since like the '60s and have only been to like 2 Super Bowls.
I'm 4 years older than the Carolina Panthers.
I don't want to downplay like what he's done just because he's a shitty, misogynistic, and probably racist person.
Racist white male.
Point is, he means a lot to a lot of people, including people.
That's honesty. What I'm saying. There's 2 people on. There's 2 different sides of this issue. There are people who are glad to see him gone for the reasons that are glad to see him gone. That probably never paid attention to Jerry Richardson at all. Like let's not act like some of y'all out there. Being fake activists, like you really gave a damn. You just picked something to hop on, and it's like, oh, okay, cool. Racist white dude got out, but what about all the other ones? It's just like, hey, if Cam Newton was #1 overall pick and Jerry Richardson believed in him, like you said, and Luke Kuechly, who everybody thought was slow as hell until he ran a 4.58, yeah, him and Cam Newton run the same 40 time. Until that happened. And he took a chance on a guy, and then you remember a guy like Mark Fields, who had cancer at one point.
Yeah.
You had.
And they dedicated that whole 2004 season to him.
Yep. And he was the 11th overall pick out of Washington.
Bro, and
State.
the
Musa Muhammad, like
and the Carolina
Chris Jenkins,
Panthers,
Brixton Butner,
like paid their players. They took care of their players.
Chris Jenkins, yeah.
Like all those cats.
Charles Johnson's bum ass.
All those cats. Julius Peppers got paid. Charles Johnson got paid. Julius Peppers came back and got paid again.
Had 10 sacks, but Charles Johnson's just been there.
They take care of their players, so I could see why. I could see why there's an attachment to him.
I mean, the GM Gettleman screwed over Josh Norman, but mostly those guys all got paid. Ken Lucas, like Steve Smith Sr., even though he actually got done dirty, Gettleman kind of like ruin that franchise, but hopefully he recovers because he's actually suffering. He has cancer as well. The Giants' current GM, who was the Panthers' GM, David Gettleman.
All right, man. Next one up, Chris Harris Jr. Was on an interview this week. He basically said Bradley Chubb is looking great, and he reminds him of a young Khalil Mack. So do you got a take or a tangent on that?
He's going to beat the shit out of Colton Miller all game, and I'm kind of not looking forward to seeing it.
Well, if everything goes right, hopefully Colton Miller won't be starting for the Raiders, but who knows?
So it'll be Brandon Parker. It'll be the all-black offensive line.
It'll be you're talking about at right tackle. I was talking about left tackle. But
I'm talking about right tackle.
I don't know.
Colton Miller's definitely starting this year. It ain't going to be David Sharp. It's Del Rio. That's the guy who blocked for Del Rio's kid. You can tell, like, Gruden's like, I'm going to get this guy out of here. But, and Florida tackles haven't really amounted to much in years. Like, Florida tackles, Florida State tackles, they're usually trash, if we're being honest. Like, there's a couple Florida State guys who weren't trash. Trey, I forget his last name, but he played for the Philadelphia Eagles when they went to the Super Bowl. He was like the last Florida left tackle that wasn't trash. And Florida right tackles, I don't, like, if you're not trash, you're not good, so I'm not counting you either. Alex Barron.